Hello, Discovery and Cellar Collective. Welcome to your July Collective. So we are in the deep heat of summer. So I hope that these wines will be perfect for you to drink now. Because it's July, I definitely wanted to get some rosé in your boxes for sure. But there's another reason why I wanted to get some rosé in your boxes is because while you're watching this or while you're grabbing your wines, I'm actually in Provence, France with a group. We're doing a group tour. So with my other company, I do tours to France. And so Provence is where it's at. So I'm in the Provence mood and I thought, let's just feature this beautiful region in both our Discovery and Cellar Collective. So before we get into your individual bottles, let's talk about a little bit about the region itself, because I really feel that Provence is quite misunderstood. So don't get me wrong, it is rosé country. About 9 out of 10 of the bottles that leave the region are rosé bottles. But there's so much more to the region than that. It's a pretty massive wine region that is very diverse. And it's actually the oldest French wine region, or the wine region in France. So basically, it was established in 600 BC when Marseille was founded, and there were vines planted at that time. So if you think about it as well, it's about 1,000 years older than the establishment of Bordeaux. So we're talking lots of history. But what makes Provence unique is the terroir, because you have this wine region right on the Mediterranean Sea. And then right behind it, you have the Alpine or the Alps mountains. And then you have a couple of other factors that really affect the overall terroir or overall climate. One being about 2,800 hours of sun a year. And then also you have this crazy mistral, which is this wind that comes rolling down from the Rhone Valley. But this is a great piece to making sure the vines are disease-free and getting lots of airflow, even when you have a lot of that heat. So it's a very different sort of region that provides several different kinds of wines because of it. There's tons of different soils as well. So you have kind of this patchwork of limestone, schist, clay, some red, rich iron soils. And then you have about 20 native grapes. So everything from your big players like Grenache, Cinsault, Syrah, Mourvèdre, to kind of smaller and lesser known grapes, which we will discover a little bit in the clubs today. And then finally, you have this thing that the French call la garrigue. And this is the wild kind of shrub land that you'll find of rosemary and thyme and lavender and juniper and pine. And you'll find this shrubland all around the vines, within the vines. And honestly, it gives your wine a very special Provence style to it. So we should discover that La Garrigue in pretty much every bottle that we do for the club in July. So that's a little bit about the Provence region. Let's get into your individual wine. Hello, Cellar Collective, and welcome to your July Collective red wine. So this is another iconic producer. We're actually going to be visiting Domaine Tempier. I don't know how you could go to Provence without trying to visit Domaine Tempier, because it is so iconic, especially here in the US with the importer being the famous Kermit Lynch. There's so much to say about Domaine Tempier, and I'm sure that if you're really into wine, you already know this estate. So let's get right into it. So Domaine Tempier, this is their Bandol Rouge, and it's called Lulu and Lucien. It's a specific bottling for them that we'll talk about the story behind, and this is their vintage 2023. So you can't talk about this wine without talking about where it's from, because Bandol is a very specific region or subregion in Provence. So it is a place that is on the south, kind of overlooking the Mediterranean, and it has like this amphitheater style where the vines are kind of overlooking the Mediterranean. It's actually the sunniest place in Provence as well. And it's really known for its red wines, and specifically for using the grape Mourvèdre. So the Mourvèdre grape is this late ripening red grape that has thick skin. It's very powerful, and it really loves the heat. It loves the sun, and it also loves time. This is a bottling, or these are types of wines in the south of France that you can really give it time to rest in your cellar. So Bandol Rouge must be at least 50% Mourvèdre, and it has to have aged for 18 months in large oak foudres. So this specific producer was established in 1894, but really the history kind of takes over in 1956 when Lucie Tempier, or Lulu Tempier, married Lucien Peyraud. And the domain itself was a gift from her father to the couple when they got married. What a gift, I can tell you. And so Lucien really immediately dove right into the estate and became an advocate for the Bandol region. And Lulu herself is so famous in this region, in general, in the wine world, probably one of the most famous figures of the 20th century in wine. She recently died in 2020 at the age of 102 years old, and she's made famous as well. We know her here in the States because Kermit Litch wrote a lot of books. I don't know if you, I actually will put a link at the bottom here of the book that I really love from Kermit Lynch that will tell you all about Domaine Tempier and also about Lulu, but she's super famous, and she's had the likes of Julia Child in, you know, her kitchen. So she's just like the epitome of French wine, French quality wine. And really, she is the reason why Bandol has been put on the map for quality or a cellar worthy red wine. So let's talk about this wine itself. So obviously it's named after Lulu and Lucien. And this bottling is, Domaine Tempier does a lot of single vineyard bottlings. This is something that is more approachable or drinkable now, although you can age it for sure. But this is one that I'm not afraid if you open it right away, you're still going to get a lot of pleasure from this wine as well. So let's talk about what we see. So this is definitely a deep, deep purple ruby color. It's absolutely stunning. And this wine is coming from about, I believe, 31 acres that they have. Okay, so on the nose, I instantly get black fruits. Really fruit forward here with, you know, blackberries and like black currants, so like cassis, maybe like a little fig, violet for sure. So you have that garrigue coming in with herbs and black pepper. And then I also get this slight, what we call for Mourvèdre, this Palo Santo note, which is really beautiful. Almost like an earthy note to it. So beautiful on the palate. So you've got really beautiful ripe fruits, kind of the same like black fruits, a little peppery as well, and then some fine tannins. It's savory. There's this lift of minerality to it as well. For me, I've opened this up about 30 minutes ago. I'd really suggest decanting it and letting it breathe a bit. It is a powerful wine, but it is so pleasurable at the same time. It's definitely one of those wines you can drink now, but cellar it for a little bit and enjoy it. I think my favorite pairing with this will probably be like lamb or a mushroom risotto even. And Riley's pairing will be perfect with this. So cheers to Domaine Tempier.